Hey guys, it's Amber with Plano PTA Arts and Education. Today I'm going to talk with you about how to run the Reflections program at your campus. So, what is Reflections? It's a national art program. All ages and abilities are encouraged to explore and be involved in the arts. It's been around for over 50 years, and it started in Colorado, has become the largest program of its kind. Every year, thousands of students reflect on a common theme and create original works of art in dance, video, literature, music, photography, and visual art. Here are some of the themes from previous years. Students could create as many entries as they wanted in as many categories as they wanted, as long as they were inspired by the theme for that year. So, how do we get the word out about this awesome program at your school? First, bookmark our websites. Refer back to our Plano PTA Arts and Education website. Everything is in one place. Calendars, email, Facebook page, even our YouTube channel is listed. Anything related to the arts and education is here for your convenience. A lot of great resources are listed here, including links to local arts-based groups and national resources. It's updated frequently, so this is the place to start and reference for arts education in Plano ISD. Save these websites, planopta.org/artseducation, and our Reflections page, because they will be the most visited sites related to the arts. Be sure to join our Facebook group, PISD, Council of PTAs, Arts and Education. Also make sure you're getting emails from me, which is arts@planopta.org, and then subscribe to our arts calendar, which will add arts-related events such as Reflections and up-to-date notifications right to your phone. So let's check out some of our websites. Here is our PTA Reflections website. It has everything you need to run Reflections on your campus. Our current logo and theme, plus links to National and Texas PTA Reflections websites if you want more details. We've consolidated the most information for here so you can find it easily. So let's go ahead and check out the Texas PTA website. This information is very helpful and has been updated to be more streamlined. We have gathered information you need to know onto our site, but you can always look here in case you need more information from our state's perspective. The first page is an overview of the program, and then you'll see the menu on the left. Let's start with the participation section. This lists all that's required for a student to enter Reflections. They must be a member of the campus PTA, since it is a member benefit, but if they are homeschooled at a virtual school or don't have an active PTA, they can join the Lone Star PTA no later than October 31st to be eligible. This link is added to our site for more information. They must have a member of their household in order to participate in council level judging. Their entry forms are here and updated each year, so let's look at an entry form real quick. They will need to use the updated form and fill out a new form for every entry. Your school can link this to their website so students can get the latest forms here. So now let's look under Leader Resources. You'll see a local leader checklist. It is very detailed on exactly how they suggest you run the program on your campus, and it's also on our website for your convenience. You'll also see a link for ideas on how to run your program digitally. We even have a form for digital entry, so check out our other videos on how we suggest to do this, but this list is very helpful. Also see the rules per category if you want to read that further or send students here to make sure they understand what's required. Then they go into details on a timeline that is very similar to our website of what to do when. At the very bottom, you'll see they go over judging, which includes guidelines and scorecards, which you can download. So come back here and check out for more details further. Now let's go look at the promotion materials. This is where you'll find the current theme and logos, plus any flyers and posters they've already created that you can edit and make unique for your school. You can see their logo is at the bottom, and then you can add details that are specific to your campus, like the due date and information on contact. So now let's go and find the National PTA site. This has a lot of information, so don't be overwhelmed. Some of it will not apply to us, kind of like the Register Here button that we see. That's optional. However, they have great videos you can use and add to your campus website. You can see their logo is different than the Texas PTA logo, but you can use the one that you like best. They will also tell you to refer to your state and local PTA, since they can be run a little differently depending on the location. But this is still a lot of really helpful information, so choose to come back here to look for yourself and see more. So let's go check out the timeline. Instead of this listing what to do when, it shows a timeline about Reflections, like when did it begin and what were some of the past themes. You'll see the program's been around for over 50 years, so there's a lot of history here. Again, bookmark our website. Always start at the Arts and Education site or Reflection site, which we are always updating for you. So now it's time to share with your campus. If your PTA hasn't already, create a Reflections website. A good example would be the Harrington PTA, which is one of our local schools. So they've started with the current theme and a quick couple of sentences about the program and then how they are doing submissions digitally this year. They even shared the Plano PTA Arts video showing how students can submit their art digitally. And then they list more information about the program for anyone who's new, to include how they run it in their campus, like what awards can they get, what do kids receive, and how do they celebrate it. They even have more information about, is it a contest, is it a program, what does that really mean? They even have a video of the council award ceremony where some of their students received awards. Then hopefully anyone coming to this site would be able to get a good idea about the program. So you can copy and paste this if you'd like and add it to your own website. You have a website. Go share and share and share again. Send the images for this year's theme and any videos to your communications contacts, like with newsletters, announcements at the school. Make sure you can get those images at the National and Texas PTA Reflections websites, which we've already seen today, and then figure out the best way to get your campus involved. Make sure you work with your teachers. Talk to your art teacher and your music teacher or any other teachers that are involved with the arts. Maybe host an art-related event, which is a great way to get the word out. But most of all, don't believe you have to do this alone. Find others to help you, whether it's teachers or other parents on your campus. So what is a good timeline? So first, before we even go into more detail, let's go back to our Plano PTA Reflections webpage and let's scroll down and you'll see the checklist that we mentioned earlier from Texas PTA. So we're going to download that and look at that for some more details. It is very thorough and step-by-step. It's very helpful to know what to do when. It even goes into establishing a due date, ideas for promotions, and how to recruit judges. It even goes into some details on the judging process. So take time to read through this, and that way you really have a good idea of what's expected and when to do it. You also see information about the student entry forms and what that might look like, the advancing spreadsheet, which we'll go over shortly. And really, no matter if this is your first time doing reflections or you've done it for 10 years, this is a great list to follow. They even show you ways about how to recognize your student and how to celebrate. So now that you have your checklist ready to go, let's go over more details about the timeline. So during the summer, you're going to get the word out about the new theme and logo with your PTA in your campus. So plan art events and add those to the school and PTA calendars. Set a due date, which is usually the end of October or early November. At Harrington, as we looked earlier, they have a similar due date every year, which is the second Wednesday of November. Then in September, contact some judges, which might be local artists, to help you. They can be a parent volunteer from your campus as long as they do not have any students who enter. Then mid-September, celebrate the National Arts and Education Week. It's a great way to kick off art-related events like Reflections. So a reminder of your due date at your campus, which is end of October, early November. And then, once the judging is finished, you will turn in your advancing spreadsheet, due to council by the end of November. So let's go check out how to do that a little bit. So back at our PTA Reflections website, you'll scroll down and you'll see something that's going to correlate with the events we've just spoken about. At the very bottom, you'll see our end of November deadline. So after the art is judged, you'll come back to our website here, scroll down to the link for the spreadsheet. You'll fill out the form by Texas PTA, add your information, and fill out all the things that you know. Find Plano PTA under the Council PTA from the list. And then you'll add my information here. My email is arts@planopta.org. And once you submit that, you'll then be asked for the advancing spreadsheet. So we have a little quick trick for you, and we're going to go back and see how Harrington is doing this at their school. So when students click on this link, they're going to be led to a form, and going in order, they'll be filling out all this information that will correlate with our advancing spreadsheet. So once they finish typing their information and submit it, you'll have their entry form already in the format of the advancing spreadsheet, which is super helpful and should hopefully save you a lot of time. So after judging, You add their awards, separate them into groups by awards, and since the only award of excellence items will advance, be sure you verify the information they have is correct, that they are in fact members of PTA, add your information to those advancing pieces. And now you can just copy and paste that into the official spreadsheet created by Texas PTA. Once that's saved, you can go back to your form, attach that document to the form. It will automatically email me, so this is all you have to do to share the advancing items with Council. Now it's time to go order ribbons and certificates. You can use the link from our website to go order those items, or you can even make your own. Then the second week of December, you will bring in your advancing items to Council for judging. You'll drop them off, we'll get you checked in, they'll get judged the next day by local artists and professionals. Then you'll come back and get the art. Results are usually shared within a few days. Then we'll celebrate your students somehow. They love to be recognized for their creativity, so get creative along with them. In the spring, we have an awards ceremony hosted by Council, and those invitations are sent out to each campus for the students who get awards at the Council level. Well, I hope this has helped you to know how to run reflections at your campus. Thank you for being an advocate for our creative kids.